10. Further the use of the will. You can't retain true and dear wisdom, vision. टेढ़ा लग रहा है भाई. Others are poor because others are poor because while they feel that there is a way out, the others are intellectually indolent to put forth the mental effort necessary to find that way and travel it. And for these are very best thing you can do is to arouse their desire by showing them the happiness that comes from being rightly rich. Others are poor because while they have same notion of science same notion of science, they have become so swamped and lost in the maze of metaphysical and occult theories that they do not know which road to take. They try a mixture of many systems, and fail in all. For these, again, the very best thing to do, the best thing you can do for the whole world is to make the most of yourself. You can serve God and man in no more effective way than by getting rich. That is, if you get rich by the creative method and not by the competitive one. Another thing we assert that is this book gives in detail the principles of getting the science of getting rich, and if that is true, you do not need to read any other book upon the subject. This may sound narrow and egoistic sound narrow and egotistical, but consider there is no more scientific method of computation in mathematics than by addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. No other method is possible. There can be put one shortest distance between 2 points. There is way to direct only one way to think scientifically that one way to think scientifically, and that is to think in the way that leads by the most direct and simple route to the goal. No man has yet formulated a briefer or less complex system than the one set forth herein. It has been stripped of all non essential. Yeah, there can be put one shortest distance between 2 points. There is only one way to think scientifically, and that is to think in the way that leads by the most direct and simple route to the goal. No man has yet formulated a briefer or less complex system that the one set forth herein. It has been stripped of all non-essential. When you commence on this, lay all others aside, put them out of your mind together. Read this book every day and keep this book every day it with you keep it with you, commit it to memory, and do not think about other systems and theories. If you do, you will begin to have doubts and to be uncertain and wavering in your thought, and then you will begin to make failures. After you have made good and become rich, you may study other systems as much as you please, but until you are quite sure that you have gained what you want, you do not read anything on this line but this book, unless it be the author's mentioned on the preface, and read only the most optimistic comments on the world's news, those in harmony with your picture. Also, postpone your investigations into the occult. Do not dabble in theosophy, spiritualism, or kindred studies. It is very likely that the dead still alive and are near. But if they are, let them alone. Mind your own business. Whenever the spirit of the dead meet, they have their own work to do, and their own problems to solve, and we have no right to interfere with them. We can't help them, and it is very doubtful whether they can help us, or whether we have any right to trespass upon their time if they can. Let the dead and the hereafter alone and solve your own problem. Get rich. If you begin to mix with the occult, you will start mental cross currents which will surely bring your hopes to shipwreck. Now, This and the preceding chapters have brought us to the following statement of the basic fact: there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, and which it is original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought, the substance, produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. Man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thought upon formless substance, can cause the thing he thinks about to be created. In order to do this, man must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. He must form a clear mental picture of the things he wants and hold the picture in his thought with the fixed purpose to get what he wants and the unwavering faith that he does get what he wants, closing his mind against all that may tend to shake his purpose, dim his vision, or quench his faith. And in addition to all this, we shall now see that he must live and act in a certain way. Acting a certain way. Thought thought is the creative power or the impelling force which causes the creative power to act. Thinking in a certain way will bring riches to you, but you must rely upon thought alone. No attention to personal action, that is rock upon which many otherwise scientific metaphysical thinkers meet shipwreck. The failures to connect thought with personal action. We have not yet reached the stage of development, even supposing such a stage to be possible, in which man can create directly from formless substance without nature's processes or the work of human hands. Man must not only think, but his personal action must supplement his thought. By thought, you can cause the gold in the hearts of mountains to be impelled towards you, but it will not mine itself, refine itself, coin itself into double eagles, and come rolling along the road, sinking it way into your pocket. Under the impelling power of the Supreme Spirit, men's affairs will be so ordered that someone will be led to mine the gold for you. Other men's business transaction will be so direct that the gold will be brought toward you, and you must so arrange your own business affairs that you may be able to receive it when it comes to you. Your thought makes all things animate and inanimate work to bring you what you want, but your personal activity must be such that you can rightly receive that what you want when it reaches you. You are not to take it as charity, nor to steal it. You must give every man more in use value than he gives you in cash value. The scientific use of thought consists in forming a clear and distinct mental image of what you want, in holding fast to the purpose to get what you want, and in realizing with grateful faith that you do get what you want. Do not try to project your thought in any mysterious or occult way with the idea of having it go out and do things for you. That is wasted effort and will weaken your power to think with sanity. The action of thought in getting rich is fully explained in the preceding chapters. Your faith and purpose positively impress your vision upon formless substance, which has the same desire for more life that you have. And this vision received from you sets all the creative forces at work in and through their regular channels of action, but directed toward you. It is not part to guide or supervise the creative process. All you have to do with that is to retain your vision, stick to your purpose, and maintain your faith and gratitude. For more life, which has the same desire for more life that you have, and the vision received from you sets all the creative forces at work in and through their regular channels of action, but directed toward you. It is not your part to guide or supervise the creative process. All you have to do with that is to retain your vision, stick on to your purpose, and maintain your faith and gratitude. But you must act in a certain way so that you can appropriate what is yours when it comes to you, so that you can meet the things you have in your picture. But you must act in certain way so that you can appropriate what is yours when it comes to you, so that you can meet the things you have in your picture and put them in the proper places as they arrive. You can readily see the truth of this. When things reach you, they will be in the hands of other men who will ask an equivalent for them, and you can only get what is yours by giving the other man what is his. Your pocketbook is not going to be transformed into a fortunacious purse, which shall be always full of money without effort of on your part. This is the crucial point in the science of getting rich, right there where thought and personal action must be combined. Thought and action must be combined. There are very many people who consciously or unconsciously set the creative forces in action by the strength and persistence of their desire, but who remain poor because they do not provide for the reception of the things they want. When it comes by thought, the things you want is brought to you. By action, you receive it. Whatever your action is to be, it is evident that you must act now. You can't act in the past, and it is essential to the clearness of your mental vision that you dismiss the past from your mind. You can't act in the future, for the future is not here. Whatever your action is to be, the evident that you must act now. You can't act in the past, and it is essential that your clearness clearness कहाँ गया हाँ essential to the clearness of your mental vision that you dismiss the past from your mind. You can't act in the future, for the future is not here yet. You can't tell how you will want to act in the future contingency until that contingency is arrived, because you are not in the right business or the right environment now. Do not think that you must postpone actions until you get into the right business or environment, and do not spend time in the present taking thought as to be best course in possible future emergencies. Have faith in your ability to meet any emergence when it arrives. If you act in the present with your mind on the future, your present action will be with a divided mind. Act in present with your mind on the future. Your present action will be with a divided mind and will not be effective. Put your whole mind into present action. Do not give your creative impulse to original substance and then sit down and wait for results. If you do, you will never get them. Act now. There is never any time but now. And there will be any time any time but now, and there never will be any time but now. If you are ever to begin to make ready for the reception of what you want, you must begin now, and your action, whatever it is, must most likely be in your present business or employment, and must be upon the person and things in your present environment. You can't act where you are not. You can't act where you are not. You can't act where you have been, and you can't act where you are going to be. You can act only where you are. Do not bother as to whether yesterday's work was well done or ill done. Do today's work very well. Do not try to do tomorrow's work now. There will be plenty of time to do that when you get to it. Do not try by occult or mystical means to act on people or things that are out of your reach. Do not wait for a change of environment before you act. Get a chance Get a change of environment by action. You can so act upon the environment in which you are now as to cause yourself to be transferred to a better environment. Hold your faith and purpose the vision of yourself in the better environment, but act upon your present environment with all your heart and with all your strength and with all your mind. Do not spend any time in a day dreaming of castle building. Hold to the one vision of what you want and act now. Do not cast about seeking some new things to do or some strange, unusual, or remarkable action to perform as the first step toward getting rich. It is probable that your actions, at least for some time to come, will be those you have been performing for some time past, but you are to begin now to perform these actions in a certain way which will surely make you rich. If you are engaged in some business and feel that it is not the right one for you, do not wait until you get into the right business before you begin to act. Do not feel discouraged or sit down and lament because you are misplaced. No man was ever so misplaced but that he could find the right place, and no man ever became so involved in the wrong business that he couldn't get into the right business. Hold the vision of yourself in the right business with the purpose to get into it and the faith that you will get into it and are getting into it, but act in your presence. Use your present business as a means of getting a better one, and one your present environment as the means of getting into a better one. Your vision of the right business, if held with faith and purpose, will cause the Supreme to move the right business towards you. And your action, if performed in the certain way, will cause you to move toward the business. If you are an employee or wage earner and feel that you must change places in order to get what you want, do not project your thought into space and rely upon it to get into your another job. It will probably fail to do so. If you are an employee or wage earner and feel that you must change places in order to get what you want, do not project your thought into space and rely upon it get you another job. It will probably fail to do so. Hold the vision of yourself in the job you want while you act with faith and purpose on the job you have, and you will certainly get the job you want. Your vision and faith will set the creative force in motion to bring it towards you, and your action will cause the forces in your own environment to move you toward the place you want. In closing this chapter, we will add another statements to our syllabus. There is a thinking stuff from which all things are made and which in its original state permeates, penetrates, and fills the interspaces of the universe. A thought in the substance produces the thing that is imaged by the thought. Man can form things in his thought. Thought in the substance produces the thing that is images by the thought. Okay, man can form things in his thought can f- a man can form things in his thought, and by impressing his thoughts upon formless substance can cause the things he thinks about to be created. In order to do this, man must pass from the competitive to the creative mind. He must form a clear mental picture of the things he wants and hold this picture in his thought with the fixed purpose to get what he wants and the unwavering faith that he does get what he wants, closing his mind to all that may tend to shake his purpose, dim his vision, or quench his faith, that he may receive what he wants when it comes. Man must act now upon the people and things in his present environment, that he may receive what he wants when it comes. Man must act now upon the people and things in his present environment. पानियों से बेहतर हूँ